I've told this kind of story before, but I remember was this woman, I think it was the wife of a guy that I sort of done a wee bit of video work with before it was on the telly, and she was like that in a pub one night. I think she was English, either English or one of these kind of English sounding Scottish people, and she had a drink in her, and she sort of talked to us now and again, but she had a drink in her, so she was getting a bit kind of sort of bold, and we were on the pub and a bit. They were sort of getting a bit drunk. I wasn't drinking by that point, and I've told this story before, right? But it was what was it? I said something like hands instead of horns, and she went, oh you you said hands there. I went, like right away, because I'm para all the time. I'm instantly thinking, she's saying that because I normally say horns, and she's calling into question the authenticity of my accent. She thinks I'm fake. She thinks I'm fake because surely somebody who's able to make videos or get anywhere, has any kind of talent whatsoever, does not also fucking speak like this. No way. So she thinks I'm faking it to be some sort of fake fucking Glaswegian, when in reality, I come from some sort of posh place and come for fucking money, and I'm just faking it to act a bit kind of authentic so I can come up with these fucking down-to-earth characters or whatever the fuck it is. Instantly, I just kind of thought that. But I thought, that's me just being para. I'm probably misinterpreting it, and I've just got a chip in my shoulder. And I said, what do you mean? And she went, no, just that you said hands there, and like a few minutes ago you said horns. I just think that, just... And I was like, oh, all right, what is it? What do you mean? Well, it's just kind of, it's almost like, you sort of forgot. You kind of like forgot. And I was like, I was on to her. And I was like, forgot what? Oh, nothing. I was like, no, what do you mean? Like, I forgot the... It didn't turn into a, I amuse you how, what funny like a clown moment. It wasn't like that, but everybody's all kind of chatting away. And she said she was a teacher in some school in the East End. She says, no, it's just, well... And I said, well, that's the way of speaking. Sometimes I say horns, sometimes I say hands, depending on how I fucking feel. Depending on if I want to, I don't know, emphasise something, or it just happens. And I said, what do you think of, this isn't really my accent or something, my dialect? And then she said, well, I mean, I work in a school in, and what did she say? Denniston, maybe. East End. Like working class sort of area. And I've not just, this is like really, pretty, pretty rough schools. She says something like that. And I haven't heard anyone, speak like you. And I was like, well, what is it you're saying, that I've made it up, or no? I just think it says, well, I've no. I mean, this is the way that I speak. This is how. I don't know if it's different in the fucking East End and for the South Side, or they speak to you differently. But this is the way that I've always spoke for. This the way people speak where I'm from. And all the time I'm thinking, she's kind of looking, sort of smiling. I'm looking at somebody who thinks I'm a fucking, like, it's kind of like smiling, like every word that's coming out my mouth right now. Even if I say comfy, where I come from instead of come from, she's probably like, he's still keeping it up, this complete charade. And I was like fucking angry. But I tried not to show it, but it definitely came out, my fucking words, because I was like, it's just weird. I mean, this is the way I've always spoken. I've actually, at times in the past, tried not to speak like this to kind of impress certain people. And you, basically, you're saying like I'm a fake. I'm not. Well, you're saying that I'm like a fake person. I'm like, I'm making this up. This isn't really who I am. And it's just funny that you don't really he's raging. That you don't really speak that much to us, and then you get a drink in you, and then this is like one of the first few things you really say to me, that I'm a fake. No, no, it's not. It's not like that. I'm like, what is? I'm here on out on a Friday night to have a drink. I started hitting it with that part. I'm out, just come out Friday night, have a drink with yous, and then you're sitting there hardly really speak to me, going like that. Basically, you're a fake. Limmy, you're a kind of fraud. Your accent, like I'm no fey, whatever it is, all that. She's like, no, I'm not. And her husband was just kind of looking, and she sort of went a bit quiet, and then she started greeting. She didn't go like this. Look, that was horrible what you said to me. But she got kind of like teary and then left. She was drunk. And I said to her husband, listen, I hope everything's all right. She's saying this thing, and then I was kind of like, just saying, you know, you're saying like I'm a fucking, like a fake, like I'm a fraud, like, he's like, no, I just got just drunk, got a drink now. And it was just fucking mad. And then, I'd have to see her again when she's sober, and she's like that. Hi, hi. And I'm like, no, I can't fucking speak. I can't fucking open my mouth. I'm like, no, I know what she thinks, and she let it out when she got drunk.